Question 7. There are n counter in a bag. 8 of the counter are red and the rest are blue. Adam takes a counter from the bag at random and does not replace it. He then takes another counter at random from the bag. The probability that Adam takes 2 blue counter is 1/5. Show that n squared minus 21n plus 90 equal to 0. Again, we're going to have a red and blue and the total thereof. And it says here, there are n counter in a bag. And so that will be the total n. And the 8 of the counter are red. So if this is 8, this has to be n minus 8. So that's what we need to use to generate what we need. So the probability that Adam takes blue counter is 1/5. So we don't need to draw the whole thing anymore in order to make it quicker. So we can say, okay, if you got a blue out first, if you take a blue out, because that's what the question wants, so you're going to get, the probability is going to be n/8, n minus 8 over n. So the first one will be n minus 8 over n. So that's the first blue. If we take the second blue out, well, it says Adam takes a counter from the bag at random and does not replace it. So you're going to have n minus 8 minus 1. So that will be n minus 9. Because you've taken 1 out again. So you're going to have n minus 9 over, well, you won't have n anymore. You're going to have n minus 1. N minus 1. So that's what you're going to have. And that is equal to what we called 1/5. So that's what you get. And that's what the question. I don't need to do the rest because none of this question requires me to do the rest. So now what I can say is I'm using that now. So it's going to be n minus 8 over n times n minus 9 over n minus 1 will be equal to 1/5. So what we now need to do is you're going to have n minus 8 into bracket n minus 9 over n into bracket n minus 1 equals 1/5. So you might want to cross multiply again. If you cross multiply, see that you're going to get 5 times those. So that will be, you're going to get 5 into bracket n minus 8, n minus 9 will be equal to n into bracket n minus 1. So multiply that out, so that will be 5 into bracket n squared, n times n times minus 9 minus 9n minus 8 times n is minus 8n minus 8 times minus 9 is plus 72 equals n squared minus n. N times n squared, n times minus 1 minus n. Multiply all that by 5 because there's nothing to divide out. So you're going to get 5n squared minus 5 times 9. Sorry, that's minus 17 now. So that's minus 17 times 5. 17 times 5. So 17 times 5, it's 85. So that would be 85n. So that's minus 85n. Because minus 9 plus minus 8 is minus 17n. And times it by 5 is minus 85n. 5 times 72. 5 times 72 is 360. So that will be plus 360 equals n squared minus n. If I take this to the other side, I'm going to have 5n squared minus n squared will be 4n squared minus 85n plus n will be 84n plus 360 equal to 0. If I divide both sides by 4, if I divide that by 4, I'm going to get n squared minus 84 divided by 4 would be 21n plus 360 divided by 4, that would be 90, and that equal to 0. And that's the proof that is requested of us to do. So we've done the proof. Now we need to solve for n. So the question part B says solve for n. Right. So to solve for n, solve that equation, which we know n squared minus 21n plus 90. How do I solve that? Well, you could do your a equals 1, b is minus 21, c equals 90. And you can say AC, which means 1 times 90, that's 90. Two numbers I can multiply to get 90, and when I add them together, I get minus 21. So I'm looking for, if it's 90, when I add them together, I get minus 21. I'm looking for minus 15 and minus 6. Minus 15 times 6 is minus, it's 90. Minus times 90 is plus, so that'll be 90. 90, sorry. That'll be 90. But when I add them together, minus 15 minus 6 will be minus 21. And if I stick n there, stick n there, and I stick n there. Okay, so that's good. So I can replace minus 21 with minus 15n minus 6. So that's this is the product gives me 90, and the sum gives me minus 21. So I can now write n squared, right? So I'm going to do minus 6n minus 15n plus 90 equal to 0. That's equal to 0. So minus 6 minus 15 is minus 21. So I've replaced that with this one, which I got from here. Common factor, I can see the first common factor here, that's n, and another common factor is minus 15n, minus 15. So I could now write n into bracket n minus 6. If I take minus 15 out, minus 15, I'll be open bracket n minus 6 equal to 0. I can expand this, I get that back. N times n squared, n times minus 6n, minus 15 times n, minus 15n, minus 15 times minus 6 plus 90. So I can see another factor here, n minus 6, n minus 6. And what's left from that factor is n minus 15. So I can write that out by saying, well, n minus 6 is a factor, and what's left is n minus 15, and that equal to 0. And in that case, I can then set that to 0, n minus 6 equal to 0, therefore n equal to 6. N minus 15 equal to 0, therefore n equals to 15. If n was 6, and I come back here, if n was 6, well, that can't be 6 because that means there'll be minus 2 blue, and that cannot be right. So n has to be 15. So the true answer will be 15, not 6. So I would put here n equals 15.